Hi Kiwi, alright, we are back at Hades. I am back from a rather long business trip, and it is very good to be home. Today we're going to be running the aspect of Achilles. After your special, you can retrieve your spear with a Raging Rush. After that, you deal your next 4 attacks or casts or stronger. We're going to go the route of the Artemis Keepsake and try to get the Artemis attack, I guess, and then we can see if our crits are going to be kind of crazy or not. So with all that said, let's see. We're going to go for, we just need 2 heat because we barely ever get to use the spear as it turns out. So I'll just take the 2 levels of jury summons and we'll be good. Begin escape, off we go.
Wretches of the underworld, take heed.
And I figure jury...
You must accept that you are not like all the others here. Your differences do not make you deficient. They can make you strong. It's up to you.
That was almost confidence boosting by Hades. Odd for him.
Have made me strong, all right.
Alright, there's Artemis right off the bat. Let's see if we get her attack.
Hey, that's my adamant arrowhead on you. Normally it's for killing things, but in your case it makes it even easier for me to hunt you down, even in the dark. Now that I found you, here.
Alright, let's see. What do we get? Weakest attack option. We go for the special crit instead. Oh, wait, you know what? I'll go for the dash strike to start, because dash strike will scale with us. Yeah, we'll take the dash strike here. So dash strike affects your dash attacks do scale with your attack damage. So let's take the Chaos Gate and see if we can get an attack boon as well. I don't really have an idea of how this build is going to look at the end.
I understand the hunting goddess Artemis recently has turned her gaze towards you. It is unexpected she would offer her assistance, even to a relative in need.
They definitely try to portray Artemis as the more introverted sort. Let's see. Higher rarity boons, 36% more attack, or 57 more cast damage. I mean, we could look for a cast build, although I don't know really what I would want on the cast. So I think I'm going to go for the attack for now and just keep it simple with the base spear kit. Alright, cool. And since we're getting a nectar here, that means we'll get a level to our special, to our dash strike.
Blasted wretches.
Yep. So the way this works is I throw my spear with the special, then I press the special button again to collect it, and then my next 4 casts and attacks are stronger. So I think they called it, not the bull rush, I forget what it was called. But basically, the fancy move that you get for using the spear projectile is you just have to retrieve it by dashing to the spear after you throw it. Just like that. Alright, so the keys will give us some rerolls since we got that perk. But basically what I need to train myself to do is throw my special, collect my spear with the special again, and then primarily use my attacks after the fact. One thing I have to realize is the spear does a ridiculous amount of range on its attacks. So even though it is most certainly a melee build, it's more like a mid-range to long-range build, really. Alright, coin or heart? We'll take HP, honestly. I think I could use the survivability, just because, as said in previous spear-based runs, I really don't use the spear very often at all. I think it was my least used weapon in my first playthrough of Hades, and I ended up looking at my old Switch file to find out that my previous... I should be using my spear dash attack more often, considering I took the Artemis dash after all.
Yes.
I did about 54 runs total, which is kind of crazy to think we're 34 runs in and I've already made this much progress.
Here again.
Although it feels like I have a substantial amount of progress. Ooh, Poseidon. Poseidon could be good. I think I'm going to go for the Artemis attack, though. It sounds more fun. Let's just get all the crits we can on that attack, if possible.
You and me.
I do seem kind of committed to not using the dash attack nearly as much as I would like. Or as much as I should, rather. Oop, that was unnecessary damage. We're fine. As it stands right now, our damage is not the most inspiring, so maybe we want to look to pick up something that really synergizes well with Artemis. Something that increases our crit chance further, or... I don't actually know what that would be, though.
Anyone else?
Alright, cast, call, and just base crit chance. So we're looking for her attack, and we weren't offered it, so I do think I'll re-roll here and see if I can grab it. There we go. 28% more base damage and 15% crit on the attack. That means we have the chance to get some pretty big numbers. Right now that equates to about 150 to 130 damage. So definitely need some more things to make this build really pop off. So I should start thinking about whose call do I want, whose dash do I want, and whose cast do I want. Because the cast will also get empowered by this build, and finding a good cast would be a fun idea. I mean, we could go the route of Ares. We could go the route of Ares and try to go for hunting blades again.
Uh-oh.
I see you there.
Oh, I forgot to mention, so the reason why I'm taking Jury Summons, especially this early on, is because we're not dealing with tight deadline, the impediment from the Pact of Punishment that makes us have to clear speedrunner style, like we have time limit on our runs. And so I figure it's okay to take these larger, longer rooms with more enemies, because it will give me, every enemy I kill has a chance to drop coin, which lets me buy things from the shop. We don't have the pack that makes us have to spend more money to get things from the shop, which means all these extra enemies add up to potentially another boon or two on the run. And how important those boons realistically are is subjective at best to not much at all. Like, obviously there's going to be diminishing returns on as we get more and more lackluster tier 2 boons.
That's all the time we have.
But it gives us the potential for our run to pop off, and we're absolutely going to take the hammer here. This may have been that may have been the mid shot, but I'm more inclined to think that was the final floor. But no, I guess it's not. Or is it? No, it wouldn't have been, because it would have been a free room in here if it was. So that was the mid shop that we turned down, and that's fine. But yeah, so the main reason I'm taking more jury summons right now is exclusively with the notion in mind that perhaps I can find myself a really good extra boon that I wouldn't have been able to afford otherwise from the shop.
It's just the edge I need.
Your attack strikes 3 times in a spread pattern. Your spin attack charges up and recovers much faster. Hold attack to strike rapidly, but you cannot spin attack. I'm not really using the spin attack anyway, but triple jab sounds really strong potentially.
That'll do.
Okay. So, oh no, it doesn't. I don't think it affects the dash. Maybe? No, it's hard to tell. I don't think it affects the dash strike. That's unfortunate. Oh well.
That does not belong to you.
I mean, this does do a pretty sizable AoE, and if we can get the extra hits to hit things, that should be pretty strong. Plus, at least it has the crit chance, so we have a big AoE crit chance now. And I mean, look at us. We're clearing enemies very quickly. Granted, these are tiny enemies that have no consequence to us.
That's quite enough.
It does feel like
There we are.
I might be setting myself up for the wrong sort of build for what I really want on this weapon, but it's fine. It's my first time ever using it, for that matter. I don't think I, like, what spear did I even run? I know I did at least one build where I had Guan Yu in my original playthrough, because I remember hating the weapon when I first tried it. I mean, that you only have 30% of your max HP at base level of Guan Yu, that was rough. But I think in my main playthrough I got to the point where Voldy was our friend, which we've only just kind of gotten the surface of. Maybe I did want the flurry jab. I don't know what would have been the best hammer here, honestly. Do I want that HP? I probably don't really need the HP. I'll save my coin for something more fun. Gems or darkness? We'll go darkness for the HP it gives. But, oh, that was a pretty juicy crit. I think it was. For some reason I thought I saw 700, but that's not possible. If it was 700, that enemy would have died in one hit. It does seem like these triple strikes, this isn't like the bow where the triple strike is so, it starts from close off and then goes elsewhere, or like spreads out from the center and then like diverges. It looks like it's pretty hard to get all the hits to hit at once, it seems. Just makes for good AoE at the very least, though, so it's not the worst thing. It's just not quite what I had hoped it to be. That feels like how it is with a lot of these hammers. Like, I expected it to play one way, and it plays very different from my expectation. But that doesn't necessarily make it bad. It just makes it less than what I wanted it to be, I guess. We're gonna take the shop here and Ares. All right, so why don't we go build towards hunting blades? Special inflicts doom. Doom on the special isn't bad either. We could go for nah. After slaying a foe, your next special or attack deals 100% more damage. After you take damage, inflict doom. Do I roll for blades? I honestly might, although that special is juicy looking. Am I gonna regret taking this? Honestly, I kind of want it. I'm gonna do it. Let's do it.
Come more bloodshed then.
And we'll keep stacking up the attack a little bit further while we're here. Hi, Charon. Well said, bud. Do you have any pots worth gold? You do not. Okay. On to the Furies.
Next.
Hey, look, you guessed right.
What do you know?
I thought I'd never get some quiet time again, you know, Red Blood? That damned pact you stupidly agreed to, making me work with my sisters again. I'll get you for that.
Oh, so I just
I'm
realized...
sensing a pattern that it really doesn't take much for you to have something to get me for, does it?
Most certainly not. I just realized I had my fans blasting on the computer, so I apologize if for the last 10 minutes it's been in the background.
Oh, that's rich. How smart of you. You're smart. Know what? I'll get you for that, too.
Doesn't take much for her to want to get us. So I think I can just stand here and... Well, I thought I could just stand there and wail on her, but I guess that's not quite the case. She doesn't... As the first boss of the run, she doesn't do nearly as much damage as some of the other scarier bosses later on. But I still need to respect her, because if I just monkey brain her patterns, I will take a lot of damage. Oh, it also would help if I didn't go running into all the traps that I did that twice. That was unfortunate. I appreciate that they give you at least some period of time to collect your spear before it despawns. I thought it despawns as soon as you attack, but it does not appear to be the case. So yeah, our damage is definitely a bit lacking, and her damage on us is not. But we made it through. Kind of a slower start, but
Get out.
maybe we'll find something good. Maybe I should have just re-rolled and gone for the Blade Rift cast from Ares. Oh
Let's
well.
hear it, Father. Which one?
So much for the fearsome Furies.
Well said, Father. Alright, well, why don't we take Ares' keepsake and try to roll for him and start working towards hunting blades. Could restore 25 HP, don't think I need to. Let's move along.
Up we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If I see Hermes, I'll definitely take him. I could use the attack speed up. That would be pretty solid for us on this build, especially if I can get Flurry Jab after getting triple stab or whatever it's called. Aw, Zagreus is so excited to see Lerny.
Long way to go. Think I'm ready.
You know, the funny thing is I sound like I'm super well rested and awake, but the reality of the fact is I did my first overnight shift in a long time at my job, and ooh-wee, I had to like take my sleep schedule and just bend it over my knee and backwards and snap it in half to make things function. I ended up like I took like a 4-hour nap at like, well, I was hoping to take that 4-hour nap at like 6 or 7.
Message from Olympus for you, boss. It says, "It sure is nice up here upon this mountain, not having to escape the underworld. Come join us soon, won't you?"
There's our attack is faster or more dashes. We'll just take the attack, yeah. I said that would be good, and I still maintain that. I think I just heard a ding, which means there might be a fish around here. I don't see it if there is, so maybe I hallucinated a ding. I swear I thought I heard something. Oh well. Pomegranate's gonna start tapering off, so but do I need the HP, realistically speaking? The damage up on Doom would be pretty nice. Why don't we take one Pom level onto the special, and that'll make our Doom procs hit a little bit harder.
I hear something.
Oh, and hey, look, we're getting HP out of this anyway.
Barely caught up with you here, Zag. You must have had a little help from Hermes, I suppose.
Alright, so that works out nicely, because now I get the HP that I wanted, and I get the other boon that I had wanted, so... Or, the pomegranate, rather. So, all in all, a good trade. I'll take that. I'll take that very gladly. Don't know what I expected to accomplish there, but that's fine. Yeah, I think, for a change, we have an AoE build that... I like that he makes a JoJo's reference. I don't actually know if that's a JoJo's reference from the devs, but I wouldn't put it past them. It's funner if I think it is, you know. Can we please die? Got him. You think? Yeah, we win. Okay, cool.
Power of the gods.
You guys are talking over each other, so let's take that 40 more damage on the Doom proc.
Popped up.
And I got the 25 HP. Couldn't have asked for better. Alright, Shop or Eurydice? Eurydice for sure. I think we'll give her a nectar while we're passing through too.
Wait, she's not singing.
That's not normal. Here, have a good nectar.
You read my mind, hon. I go through this stuff awful fast sometimes.
And I, in turn, shall go through your incredible cooking awful fast, given the opportunity.
All right, what are we gonna talk about?
What happens now, hun? What I mean is, now you got me thinking about Orpheus again. So, what am I supposed to do with that?
Even if you can't be together right now, I hope it feels better knowing how much he cares for you. And I will try to pull some strings like you said. I can't make promises where my father's concerned, but I'll do everything I can.
Well, what can I tell you? Thanks, Your Royal Majesty. That means a lot. No pressure, though. I've been all right without him all this time, and I will be all right no matter what. If only he could say the same.
No. All right, so I'm definitely gonna roll for the Ambrosia Delight, the rarity increase, because no matter what I get it on, it's going to benefit me. Okay, just kidding. I got it on the Swift Strike. How does that affect Swift Strike? 20% more speed. Okay. So yeah,
See you.
I was hopeful for at least the dash attack or the attack to be affected. I didn't account for Hermes when I made that statement. So unfortunately, we didn't get that, but we did get more attack speed, which I think will still be pretty strong in our favor. And I mean, look at that doom damage. It's almost as much as damage as one of our crits. Good to know we're invulnerable during that dash, because I wasn't counting on it being the case. Okay, cool. We got the stone boy, whose name I don't know. Would be better if you weren't camping in the lava, Miss Medusa.
Don't let it go to your head.
May all the death you bring become the stuff of legends told in fearful mortal whisperings around the world, my kin.
All right, one Blade Rift, please. Cast sends a Blade Rift hurtling ahead. Yeah, we'll take that. Slicing shot.
The will to fight.
And another Chaos Gate?
Going in.
There's a gold pot over there. I missed it.
Where am I?
All right, special deals more damage, cast deals more damage, boons are rarer. I guess we'll take this. 4 encounters, you'll take 39% more damage. Afterwards, your cast deals 39% more damage. And we'll take the HP up from Darkness yet again. We're stacking Darkness up anyway for the sake of better mirror things, so it doesn't hurt to get as much of it as we can.
You're gone.
It really is a shame that the triple slash does not activate with your dash attack. I feel like that's a missed fun opportunity, and I'm sad that they give it that little like nerf. It really does take the wind out of my sails on that idea, sadly. It's fine though. I feel like our damage is surprisingly decent. At least our DPS rate is, because we can attack fairly quick with this. I do think I'll take the HP in this instance, just because I'm getting a little bit lower than I feel is comfortable. Shop or palm. We'll take the shop because we can afford it. And the palm doesn't guarantee me much on... things are all leveled up to some degree, so there's diminishing returns. Yeah, let's take the rando boon. Oh, hi, Poseidon.
Well, nephew, I know that salty Charon can be difficult, but I'm certain that whatever price you paid, you got a deal.
Alright, I guess we'll take his call if he offers it. Or he gives us a stronger cast boon. 84 damage. It's not really that much. Yeah, I think we'll take his call. That's fine. A little bit of coin from his shop, and off we go to Lerny. So yeah, anyway, so I took like a nap. I was going to try and take a nap somewhere around 6 or 7, but I got out super late.
You look lovely this day or night, Lerny.
I got super late from my previous shift, so I unfortunately did not get to take a nap as early as I wanted. I still ended up taking like a 4-hour nap, getting up around 4 a.m. I think, and then just kind of hanging out for the rest of the day because my overnight shift started at 10. So I hung out until about noon, and then I decided, okay, noon's gonna be my bedtime to like reset my sleep schedule on. So I go to bed there, and I was hopeful that plan would work because I was tired. I physically exhausted myself with some exercise when I woke up to try and entice myself to sleep a bit more. Unfortunately, though, the hotel I was staying at, their blackout curtains were not very good at what they did, and a lot of light was seeping into the room. And on top of that, I mean, you can't really reset your sleep schedule that easily in one day. At least I can't. And I fortunately woke up maybe like every 30 to 60 minutes, so I had a very broken, lackluster sleep to say the least. But I would say overall, though, my overnight shift went quite well. I had a lot of fun doing what I was doing. And the place where I was working had this really cute kitten named Enchilada. Must have been, I think, probably in the like 8 to 12 week range. Very tiny little thing with a big belly, probably full of worms, I would guess. I don't know his circumstances for how he wound up there, but the owner of the place is just taking care of him right now. And oh my goodness, that kitten was so very mouthy, chewing on everything. Started playing with my hair, trying to eat my fingers the second he saw them. Very cute little guy. Hopefully I'll see him again sometime. Although I don't know if I'm going to be working at that location again. We'll see where my journeys take me, but that's enough about work for today.
Looks like a good spot.
Let's see what we get for fishies today, if we are able to catch it in the first place. Give me the trigger. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. There we go.
There. Another crustacean.
Okay, there we go. On to the next floor, and we did get we did get slicing shot, so I don't need anything else from Ares other than his duo boon with Artemis.
How could you, boy?
Should I change things
That
up?
Hydra had a family.
Was his family his heads? Okay, so at this point, I don't think it particularly matters what I take. So, I don't know what I want. So maybe I work on leveling up the acorn a little bit and just getting that upgraded, because that will be useful. Ooh, Centaur Heart, but we can't afford it. And every time I ever take a Chaos Gate going into Elysium, I get a hammer offered, and I'm like, well, I want the hammer more than I want Chaos. So we'll skip that.
Of the pact.
We'll skip that well of Charon this time, and we'll hopefully get our second hammer and see something crazy pop off from it. Or if nothing else,
Must have it pretty good up here.
if nothing else, check another mark off the fated list of minor prophecies.
For all his faults, Father did make this place look good.
Well, that's not a great start, but we'll go ahead. It's rare that you see just minor finds at the start of Elysium, so I guess I just had bad RNG. Oh well. This is fine. I will say Triple Slash is still pretty satisfying to use, it's just not as good as I had hoped it to be. I need more crit chance. 15% crit chance is definitely less than I would like it to be. But that's fine. Can you hear me mashing any harder? So anyway, what else can I talk about? So,
Mirror.
I recently finally finished another book that we shared. What was it? The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I'm gonna completely butcher the author's name, so I'm not even gonna try. But it's worth a read if you like kind of a cozy, magic-themed fiction about being confident in who you are, human connection and communication. Has a little bit of romance. It wasn't really what I was looking for. There's actually a sex scene in it, which I'm like, well, I didn't expect this. And like, if it weren't for that, I was like, if you like Harry Potter, and let's not get into the controversies around the author in that regard, because certainly that's its own can of worms. Honestly, this book goes kind of out of its way to demonstrate its ideals of inclusivity, but I'm not going to really hold that conversation in this video, I think, as far as like what my opinions on the situation are.
The boon I got from Chaos has
Let's
a new effect.
see. Okay, so no matter what, I'm taking something for the spin attack that I haven't been using at all. May as well just check off the prophecy. Your spin attack deals 125% damage and hits a larger area. That actually could be pretty good.
Modified.
Except for the fact that it doesn't work at all with our other boons. Well, our other hammer. Let's see how big that is. Okay, that's decent. And we got just enough coin to afford something from the shop. So let's go there and see who we get. Hopefully either Artemis or Ares show up, but we still have one more. Oh, Zeus. What would I even stand to gain from Zeus when I have all of my tier 1 boons already accomplished? I think we save our coin. Aphrodite is kind of the same deal. Like, I have nothing I want to gain from her at this point, so I mostly just want to see Artemis and Ares. The others I don't think really offer that much, other than maybe a sacrifice for a better tier 1 boon, like my core boons, the cast dash, call, etc. sort of boons. But I'm not convinced that it will. Here, let's see how bad this does. Whoa, okay. That's some pretty solid damage. I could maybe build around the spin attack now, because I mean the crit chance from Artemis is pretty solid. The only downside is this guy's kind of blocking it with a shield. Alright. Maybe don't stand in close quarters and do melee fighting with a shielder. This is fine here. Watch this. Whoop, bam. I do seem to think that I favor the just the base attack, mostly because I just don't play with the spin attack very much at all. Granted, I don't play with the spear at all very much, so who am I to say what's good here? Let's do this. I think I was a little too early. Can we kindly not camp there? Here, do your attack animation. Let's see what this does. I'm not entirely impressed. I bet it would... Oh, you know what? It would be really good with the Achilles passive. Okay, maybe we try that a little bit more. Move faster after using call, gain dodge chance and move speed for 30%. That's pretty good. I'm not going to use my call that much, so I'll take greater haste. Just move faster in general is always fine. Cool, we can restore some HP here. So watch this. I don't know how long the boost from our Achilles weapon passive lasts, but in theory this should do a ton of damage if I can get it off, which I can't because they keep hitting me out of it. Alright, never mind. I'm no longer sold on the spear attack, on the spin attack. I do want to try and get this done without losing a Death Defiance, which I'm not doing the best job of. Oh, shoot, that spearman got me. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe we'll find Patroclus and make up for lost HP. This guy is making a break for it. Where'd you go? Oh, geez, you're traveling far. Alright.
I expected more from the Exalted.
That objectively was not worth it, and I kind of blew it big time there. Alright. Artemis versus Poseidon. I'm gonna take Artemis hoping for hunting blades.
You chose correctly, Zagreus.
All right, no hunting blades, but we do have the option. Let me confirm that we can actually get hunting blades before I waste rerolls. But I'm pretty sure we're in line for getting it now. Where is it? Hunting blades. Yeah, we have everything we need. So let's at least use one reroll and see if we can get it.
Let's see what else.
No. All right, we'll take Hunter's Mark then. At least take that for more crit chance on enemies.
That's definitely not the choice I would have made, nephew. Because for me to side against myself, why, that would make no sense at all.
Well said, Uncle Poseidon. I'm glad that you are so confident in that assertion. Whoa. Okay, I wasn't accounting for that. Oh, goodness. Right, I have to remember that I have a lot of trouble seeing Poseidon's attack here. But I can pretty reliably use my Y to kind of be an extra dodge, potentially. Did you see that? My triple slash was like spaced perfectly to miss both of these guys within melee range. That was unfortunate.
Oh, I can't stay angry. Let us call all that unpleasantness back there water under the bridge. What say you, nephew?
I refuse. Alright, God Gauge charges up faster by 40% when you take damage. Your boons with knockaway effects deal bonus damage to bosses. Or Sunken Treasure. I mean, honestly, this will give me some HP and heal me, but it's only going to heal me like 20 HP. Boiling Point isn't bad. Let me see if there's anything that I can get. I don't know what Poseidon duos I can get with Artemis and with Mirage Shot. Your cast fires a second projectile which deals reduced base damage. That would be really fun with Slicing Shot. Blizzard Shot. I don't have. Wait, no. I'm looking for. Where's his? And this one, Curse of Drowning. Your Flood Shot becomes a pulse that damages you. So we would need Poseidon's cast if we wanted to do this. Never mind. Okay. So I guess I'm just gonna take Sunken Treasure and get the HP.
Hit the spot. Sweet.
Okay. Yeah, that was like 20 or 30 HP. And we'll take the legend. We'll take this gate with Poseidon. Maybe we'll see Asterius. Yep.
Shall we, sir?
It would seem that the time for additional fun has arrived.
Ah, yes, my favorite pastime. Getting butchered by a giant double-bladed axe. And sometimes trampled.
Then good. You have much to enjoy in store.
I don't know if Asterius has a sense of humor or a lack of understanding for sarcasm, and I think it's both, honestly. But I'm here for it. I like Asterius is one of my favorite characters, genuinely. I like how they wrote him. He's just a good boy. He's here for fun. He's understanding. He tries to take care of his friends, and he respects his opponents in battle. All around a good guy. I respect it. Here, let's just toss some slicing shots out so I can get the damage. I'm not going to be doing much damage, but I can at least try for it. Here, let's see how much this does. Yeah, if it doesn't crit, it's really not that impressive, and it's slower in terms of DPS than just spamming my attack. Alright, well that's fair. At least we know for now. Just try and keep the Doom proc up on him at all times so that he's taking that sort of damage. Not getting much in the way of lucky crits. I can also play very safe and just spam my special for more reliable, like, I effectively dodge through him if I use my special. Well, I have to time it correctly to dodge, but you know. I'm taking more damage than I would like here.
Not now.
I really would be upset with myself if I wasted another Death Defiance against this fight. Because I don't think I should. I think I can, but that's not a good feeling. Oh no, I'm gonna, okay, I was worried I was gonna be in range there. I'll definitely have to take some HP.
Well done.
I'm lucky that hit killed him before he hit me, because I definitely would have gotten hit there otherwise.
Got you, bullman.
That we did. I definitely could have taken less damage there.
I sense that you've been marked by the elusive Artemis, correct, nephew? She shies away from most of us, so if she's taken somewhat of a liking to you, great.
I think we're getting Mirage Shot. Nope. Wow. That's disappointing. Boons with knockaway effects, also Rupture. I'm going to reroll and hope for the duo.
I would like none of these.
Alright, I mean, I guess we'll just take Sunken Treasure again.
5-second rule.
I was
5 seconds, right?
I was hurting bad enough that I think it made sense to take the HP, and hopefully Charon will offer something in his shop. Because we're not in the prettiest place, and with all these archers here, this is a little bit scary. Just try and pick them off one by one and use the terrain as a defense point. If I can hit them, I can break them out of their animation for shooting, though, which is good. Like, somehow I simultaneously feel like I have a ton of damage and I have no damage. I guess that's the nature of crit builds in a whole. You only deal your damage if you crit. Yeah, I'm not wholly sold on the spin attack being the correct move here. That's fine, though. On the other hand, getting rid of this butterfly ball as soon as possible is ideal, as we have proven time and time again that they don't do a lot of damage individually, but my goodness does that damage add up over time. Like, see, if I get a bunch of crits in a row... Oh my goodness, that was avoidable, and I ran right into it. Looks like there's still more. Oh, ew. Like... I'm definitely in a situation of I'm taking a lot of, strictly speaking, unnecessary damage for the sake of I don't even know what, but it's avoidable. It's definitely avoidable. Here, let's go ahead and do this to kill these guys ASAP. I will say that Poseidon Call is kind of my get out of jail free card if I use it properly, but big emphasis on if and using it properly.
Nothing left here.
All right. Probably the shop is next. No. Okay. Well, we'll take the HP because that's effectively a heal if we get it.
I can catch my breath.
Well, wasn't counting on
Cool.
a chamber like this, but I'm not going to complain. And there's a fish. So we'll take the shop because we have 600 gold. Hopefully we get a duo boon out of it. And if I get a fourth god into the pool, I'll probably take whatever they offer me, honestly.
That's a bite. Looks like a clam.
Not that, genuinely though, I don't know what to expect. And I don't have high expectations for whatever fourth god enters the pool if that happens.
I took care of those for you.
Oh,
mate.
Athena. Alright, I guess Athena could offer some good stuff.
Doing business.
A shrewd expenditure of wealth is sometimes all that stands between a victory and sore defeat. Isn't that right, cousin?
Sure. Holy Shield is decent. None of these are amazing, but I don't really have much to expect. Like, the best case scenario from this, I think, is if we trade away Artemis's attack and take her attack, and then we can possibly get that Merciful End as a duo. But realistically speaking, that's not going to happen. I think I just take her revenge here, the Holy Shield. Definitely didn't need to buy that HP, but I did by accident. That's fine. We're only doing, like, base level bosses. We're not doing extreme measures here.
What ho! That is a handsome spear you doubtless claim deceitfully from some more worthy bearer than yourself.
Well, I might argue that Achilles is more worthy of the spear of his namesake. Well.
Oh, this old thing. How nice of you to notice. It once belonged to the hero Achilles. A little past your time, but maybe you've heard of him, seeing as he's much more famous than you ever were.
Ooh, low blow, Zacharias.
How dare you say such things to me? I was the greatest king of Athens in my day. The tales of my exploits with Asterius and many other challenges shall long outlive whatever comes of you.
He mad. Man. Oh, you know what? I never noticed this before, but Asterius starts with lower HP if you do his mini-boss fight, I guess. That's really cool. I appreciate that because, I mean, it would make sense that he hasn't fully healed after a gauntlet with you. They don't do that a lot in games like this. Like, usually when you fight a mini-boss that shows up as, like, later on, they're still full HP. And I think that's honestly fair in most instances, but I appreciate that little, let's call it touch of continuity. I very much respect it. Look at that. Use the special recall to evade the damage. See, like, I just don't know. It feels like I do not have the damage I want, but meanwhile I am shredding their HP like it's nothing. So I guess I do have the damage I want. I just don't appreciate the damage I want. Well, I guess that got caught in the wall because that was supposed to, ouch. That was supposed to go straight downwards. Oh well. Good try, Asterius. That wall was just a little too tricky for you. I've almost got full God Gauge, so I figure what I'll do is I'll wait till we get to Theseus' second phase, and while he's just a sitting duck standing for free damage, I'll probably spam it on him. Yeah, because Theseus doesn't have that much HP to begin with, so I may as well save it for that. Should knock him, and then we can deal with his God's wrath pretty easily. So let's place bets. Who's going to assist him? I'm going to bet Aphrodite. She seems like the most likely contender for pain in the butt.
Gods of Olympus, I decide to stop this monster.
No, so is Dionysus today. Okay. So not an amazing amount of damage, but decent. The things that this build is lacking are really any, like, reliable source of no, not AoE. We have plenty of AoE. I don't know. I think what this build is lacking is ultimately hunting blades. If we had hunting blades, our DPS would just be off the charts, let's be honest. That's about all we need. I guess what it is there's nothing in this build that really makes it...
Theseus shut it for a bit.
Nothing that makes it
Showed them who's boss, didn't we, Shade?
truly shine. But there's nothing that makes it bad either. It's a very middle-of-the-road build. Oh, okay, that's why I blocked damage in that fight. I guess we'll keep going with the acorn, maybe? It's gonna be either the acorn, the broken spear point, or the lucky tooth. I don't think I need to use the lucky tooth here. I think I'm fine. I just have to play smarter, not dumber. So we'll keep going with the acorn. Instantly gain 61 gold for 41 HP. I feel like I can do that on sticks, honestly, so I'm gonna do it.
Extra coin.
Anything I want to sell here? No, not really. All right, on to sticks.
I'm almost to the top. Check.
So yeah, this build isn't anything terribly exciting, but it's nothing terribly terrible either. It's for like what you'd expect of a spear build. It is entirely acceptable. So we've got Athena, we've got Poseidon and Hermes here. I heard a fishy. Where's the fishy? Here, fishy, fishy. Are you over here? There you are. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to look and see if we get an Artemis or an Ares in the Styx chambers and go for that first.
Right there. I am victorious.
And that way, if I do get the... There's Artemis. All right. Artemis and Ares. So we have 2 chances. I think I'll go for Artemis first. That way, if we get the duo from her, we can then maybe get one of Ares's secondary boons that benefits Blade Rift's damage, size, suction effect, anything like that. But yeah, and the reason why I took that gold for the cost of HP is because I can pretty reliably heal in Styx. Not only because of the Satyr Sac room giving us a nice little pool of HP, but because every room I clear is 3 HP, and I'm getting at least 12 to 15 HP if I don't take any damage per stack of chambers, which is pretty decent. I mean, realistically speaking, I'm going to take a hit here or there, but then there's also the chance of other pools of Charon, or pools of Charon, to offer me further HP. Like, the odds of me ending up with more, at least as much HP as I started with by the end of everything, is pretty reasonable, all things considered. I just need to remember to alternate attack with special. And see, like here's exactly what I was talking about. I could instantly restore 73 HP just from that pool. So it was well worth it because the net gain is like 30 gold at no cost to me. But I think I won't. And the reason for that is I don't need to. I am perfectly safe, and as long as I'm staying above like 2/3 of my or half my HP, I know that I will. Oops. Well, about that. I know that I will eventually regenerate the HP from the Satyr Sac pool. I mean, again, the big if is as long as I don't take that damage, and realistically speaking, we know how this tends to play out. My carelessness is markedly impressive at times. Inspiringly impressive, even, I would go be so bold to say. We're just gonna kill that guy in the corner off screen, that's fine. Oh, that's a lot of lasers. That was an alarming number of lasers. Whoa, goodness. Oh, no. Okay, well, so much for not taking damage. I mean, did anyone have expectations that I wouldn't? Realistically speaking, I am caught on a wall. There's so many walls. At least this Hunter's Mark gives us a pretty high crit chance. Come on, Artemis, give us the duo. No. All right, we have 1 reroll left. Let's roll for it. Otherwise, I'll probably try and take pressure points, I guess.
I would like none of these.
Ooh, we get both. Okay. Ooh, tough decisions, kind of. Mirage Shot is really this isn't even a difficult choice. I want Mirage Shot, but Hunting Blades is objectively the best option. And I've learned my lesson to not comment on Hunting Blades as a guaranteed win. But now we can go for that Ares room and hopefully get some decent.
The thing about me, nephew, is I get along with everybody here. A skill apparently that's rather rare. Take my niece Artemis, for instance. Can't ever take a simple jest at all. You won't easily attract a mate with such a sour look about you, girl.
I don't like the phrase attract a mate, but it's not wrong, but ugh.
Oh, and wouldn't that be such a pity, Uncle Poseidon? I wonder what could be the cause of this sour look that I perpetually have up here. Maybe Zagreus knows.
Artemis is still my favorite of the gods.
See exactly what I mean, nephew.
Anyway, Mirage Shot. Your cast fires a second projectile that deals reduced base damage. It does 30%, but Blade Rift, this is gonna be disgusting. Because that's effectively 6 Blade Rifts. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to take the Ares room just yet, because what I want to do is I want to be able to afford Athena first. So I'm going to go for the HP here, I think. Then we should get enough gold to afford the Athena boon that Charon's offering in this shop. So I take that, hope for her trying to trade out her attack boon for Artemis's. If I get Athena's attack boon, then I have a potential way to get Merciful End as a duo from the Ares room. So that's the plan. We'll see how it actually plays out, but those are my internal hopes. I have a cunning plan, in the immortal words of Baldric. Any Blackadder fans out there? I don't know why Kiwi is so into like classic British comedies, But Blackadder, Faulty Towers, the IT crowd. I don't know if that one's exactly new. What else? Red Dwarf, I think it's called, or it's the British comedy that's on a spaceship.
Hey, a satyr sack
All right, so we found the satyr sack. All right,
That's a
HP satyr sack. I'm still gonna go for the Ares room because why wouldn't I? But we got enough coin.
I bet you are.
All right, let's see what we get.
I'll pay for that.
When you deflect attacks, it deals more damage. I can't re-roll here, so... Alright, then I'll just take the flat 5% damage reduction, and we'll skip the Ares room, because all it stands to gain is some slight quality of life improvements on... Oh! Wait a second. There's another Artemis room, or Athena room here. I don't think it's worth it. It'd be fun, but I don't think it's worth it.
Prince Zagreus once more offers to Cerberus one of his favored sacks.
I owe you one, boy.
Cerberus treated to a snack. Alright, let's go fight dear old dad. Wonder if he'll comment on Achilles' spear specifically. I have a feeling he will, but maybe it depends on what our RNG for commentary is. It's weird how they give priorities to different dialogue sometimes.
You have circumvented all of my security measures again, but can you get through me?
I have a bunch of blade rifts that say I can, man. Got bad news for you, Hades. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this, and then just pop the blade rift and watch what happens. Welcome to the blender. Now, mind you, this is the base level, this is the lowest level of Achilles' spear, but look at that. 1,000 damage, and that wasn't even like the full potential of the blade rift. Absolutely disgusting. Let's see how much that stacks up to. 1,500 damage from my 3 casts. And just imagine what that would be like if I had, like, the fully built up Achilles Spear. Like, I know Achilles Spear is extremely well regarded as one of the strongest weapons in the game. But I'm just thinking about it with hunting blades alone makes it ridiculous. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pop these guys so that they're not causing issue for me. And look how fast we're building up the Poseidon boon, or the God Gauge as well. Like, now I just do this. Although I'm probably wasting it because he's about to phase, probably. Oh, well, he's wasting it. Clever. Well played, father. This is fine, though. Alright, Acorn is gone, so now I have to be a little more careful.
Won't you let your wretches rest in peace?
I'm gonna focus. I think I'm gonna stick to the plan of trying to take out his little minions first, just because they're kind of inconvenient. I dodged into it instead of away. That was my bad. I used to have a teacher who always very strongly hated the phrase "my bad" and would just repeatedly say to his students, "You can't own the bad." And he also said he always would correct students when they said they did good instead of did well. And then one day I like ruined his life because I responded, "But what about superheroes? They're always called do-gooders. They do good." And he didn't have any clever retort for that, at least not immediately. I feel like I kind of soured his day because he hated it when students talked back to him when he was being pedantic about things. But it was pretty funny. He was a pretty cool dude. Like, I may be portraying him as kind of this cynical, snarky sort of dude, but if nothing else, I very much respected his intelligence, and we had some very interesting conversations. I hope he's doing well. He actually got his doctorate, if I recall. I don't know specifically what his PhD was in, but he was an English teacher, or he taught the English language in high school. He did a lot of the like higher level courses, like where I went to school. We had IB courses. They were like trying to replace AP with IB. What was international baccalaureate or something like that. Oh, I can't believe I popped that. Dad, here, you take these. That pot's gonna kill me, so I'm gonna... Well, that was a self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh my goodness, that's embarrassing.
Not yet.
Alright, just stand in the blades, Dad. Just stand in the blades. I think we're fine, but definitely taking more damage than is strictly necessary. But perfect. He's just going to stand and go into the blender. Watch his HP. Okay, that wasn't nearly as exciting as I hoped it to be. It's fine, though. Never wrong to take some hunting blades, and let's just finish him off with Poseidon and hunting blades. Welcome to the water blender. Oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to tell when my boon is going to... Okay, good. I was worried that my Poseidon boon was going to wear off.
I'm not as limber as I used to be, while you...
Very limber.
Let's do this again.
I wonder if he's starting to enjoy these little interactions we have up here. All right, so
my father's name. This
build was a hot mess of identity, but it turned out to be I was going for an attack build, ended up being a cast build in the end, I guess, but whatever. It was decent. It was a decent run.
The ancient blood.
Didn't inspire any specific confidences in me, but it did its job just fine.
So joyfully did Zagreus attempt to gain the surface that why he just rose too quickly. And we know how that one goes from Icarus's tale. What?
Did he go up and up and up and just end up in the sun? I mean, obviously, I know Icarus didn't actually get into the sun. His wings of wax melted and he fell.
I'm counting that one as a victory. What happened to Hypnos?
I mean, it was a victory. All right, let's see what you guys have to say. Orpheus and Achilles. I didn't remember these guys had an interaction.
Do you miss it yourself, Lord Achilles, sir? The freshness of the air? The need to have meals several times a day and such?
I scarce remember it, my friend. Although your songs do stir up memories sometimes. I'm used to things the way they are, I think. But you, not so much?
Oh, on the contrary, sir. I am profoundly satisfied. We are most fortunate to have employment even after death. Imagine merely resting for eternity when you could work.
I feel like the public discourse around that comment has some controversy, to say the least.
Now that you mention it, I can't.
What is it, Zag?
I can.
Zagreus can imagine spending eternity not working. 'Tis the dream, I imagine.
Don't know what you're expecting giving this to me. If there's a catch here, I don't want to know.
I want you to love me, handsome dead man.
We've been through a lot then, and I think we'll be going through a lot more yet. Consider it a token of our kinship.
He's done it, Cerberus.
I have.
Always wanted to ask you something, Father. Whose skull is that there on your shoulder? If it's not too personal.
Look at Zagreus being vaguely respectful of his father's boundaries.
I did not chronicle all Typhon's wretched offspring, boy. No one did. Some of them sit upon our shoulders now, lest we forget that things could easily have turned out rather differently, and much, much worse.
So these are just the remains of the spawn of the most hideous monstrosity of all time, which you and your brother slew, got it? I guess putting the dead in their place is all part of the job. I can hardly imagine what it was like before you and the Olympians took charge.
Typhon was the Hurricane Titan, I believe. I think. I don't know.
You're better off.
I mean, it would make sense. Typhon, Typhoon. Maybe that's a water... never mind. I don't know my Greek mythology at all, do I?
The hellish watchdog snarls at the listless shades crowding about the court.
Cerberus, be nice.
Be good, boy. You've always been there for me, boy.
Here, get some pets and behave. We don't need you going tearing up the lounge again. Or the shades.
You're serious. You're really giving that to me. I mean, I'll take it off your hands if that is really what you want.
I mean, we know that obviously story progression is important and unlocking the epilogue is important. Granted, I don't actually know who I'm supposed to give nectars to. I have theories that it's probably Persephone, Hades, Zeus, and Demeter at least. Maybe Hermes, because he's kind of involved in Nyx. But I just want to give nectars to the people I like. And admittedly, some of that list I could do quite like, but I'm gonna, this is a whim. This is a choice on a whim.
It's really what I want. And I sincerely hope we can move past our differences. Not that turning in this contraband has anything to do with that.
Granted, it also requires me to just remember I want to give nectar, so when I remember, I'm going to give them. That's really what it boils down to.
This is my latest haul.
gems and a nectar and some keys. Cool.
Use them wisely, my friend.
Oh, Meg, we still have to talk.
Alecto's really something else. She must have been a real handful, huh?
My youngest sister takes a lot of pleasure from her work. I've learned something of that from her. But that's as far as we relate, I think.
She could learn a thing or two from you, I'm sure. About having a little common decency, perhaps.
She won't be learning anything from me. The contempt you get from her is unconditional. I learned not to take it personally.
I see.
Sibling relationships are complicated. I can speak from personal experiences and all of the other forms of media where that's the case. No mom today, okay. Alright, so I think that's about where the run ends. Let's go see what the game wants us to play next. Alright, Skelly. Here, you get a nectar too.
Hey, now that's what I'm talking about. Thanks, boyo. Won't forget you doing me a solid like this. Cross my heart.
No need to thank me, mate. But don't you dare forget it, or I'll attack you repeatedly and without mercy.
I think you already do that, Zagreus, whether he remembers or not.
Let's see what you can do in terms of hitting me, pal.
I really like Skelly's voice acting. He's so fun. Alright. So it wants us to run the gauntlets again.
Forge created you.
I would love to find this and get to do a run on that, but clearly we're not having much luck in that regard. So let's see.
Zagreus.
Which of these do I want to run? None of these are terribly among my favorite, and I'd much rather save my Titan blood for weapons that I want to use. Why don't we just go a gimmicky dodge build again? We'll take the lambent plume, and this time actually take the lambent plume, and if I recall last time I was not so fortunate. And let's hopefully run into Zeus. If we can get the attack boon of Zeus on the gauntlets, we have a pretty solid run ahead of us. But basically, we're going to go full speed run, which means the other thing is let's not use jury summons on this next run. What else can we do that will make it easier? So, we need 5. Extreme measure shouldn't make the boss fights take much longer. Actually, it makes the learning fight shorter because all the heads are close together. What else could we use? I don't want that. Tight deadline if we're going to be trying to play fast anyway. Why don't we take 1 level of tight deadline? So we have to clear every floor within 9 minutes, which I'm already doing pretty consistently. And then I just need 1 more. Each mini-boss encounter contains +1 armored foe or some additional enemy. That's 2 heat. I don't need that. Convenience fee, I don't want. Why don't we just take 1 level of hard labor? So I take 10% more damage. And there we go. So that'll be our plan.
Don't stick around on my account, boyo.
Alright, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching. And if you're awake, I hope you are... this is helping you fall asleep. If you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. It is so good to be home. And I've got a whole week of vacation ahead of me to spend with you. Gonna be doing some fun things together, I'm sure. I love you. I hope you're sleeping well. And I'll see you in the next one.